Ah, home sweet home. Nope. Sorry, Mrs. Mooney. We're going to do this right.
How many times have you carried me across the threshold?
Well, about 100. But hey, I guess you can just call me an old-fashioned guy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
How did you do this?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Now remember, sweetheart.
10:15 at the real estate's office. Be there or beware of Sheila.
Oh, just think of it, Hank. Our own backyard. Oh, swing set, sandbox.
Whoa, wait a minute. You have to have a kid first. Hey, you want to get started?
Yeah. No, maybe. Well, not now. But I'd love to get started someday, sweetheart. One step at a time. Today, we go house hunting.
Yeah. But now, don't forget, all right? I'm meeting Nora at St. Anne's today. We're going to see Rachel. Today's her first day for visitors.
I haven't forgotten. No, I think it's the best thing for Rachel is to see you and her mother. But I want you to hurry home. And I'll make it worth your while.
Oh.
Remember, 10:15.
Standing there drinking a can and watching me?
Long enough to see that you're in a good mood.
Oh.
Must be my dad. He on his way back from Ireland?
No, I'm going to see him tomorrow. I'm going to go see my daughter Rachel today, in the meantime.
Oh, good. I hope I get to meet her before too long.
Well, she's got 3 more months left in her therapy, and then I'll have my healthy, happy daughter back. And then I'd love you guys to meet. Oh, well, what's the tapping? Hello? Yes! Oh, Sister Teresa, I was just talking about coming there to see Rachel. My God, what happened?
Okay. Who is she?
Nah, I slept alone last night, boss.
Okay, then why are you in such a good mood today, then?
Well, I paid a little visit to the Vegas diner, and guess what? Their boiler blew out. Antonio and his little lady detective were up all night trying to keep those pipes from freezing. You can see it right in his eyes, man. All the money he's gonna need to fix that boiler. Money he ain't got.
Well, they'll have to come back for more. At increased interest, of course.
Of course.
Javier, you did lock the door, didn't you?
I always do, what?
Well, well, well.
Good morning.
Morning.
I couldn't resist dropping in to see the old club. It used to be called Giorgio's when I left it to my wife. You've done some nice things, RJ. And who's this?
An employee. Javier Perez. Javier, meet Carlo Hesse.
Wait a minute. I thought you... I mean, people say you were...
No. Javier. What does that teach you about listening to what people say?
Hey, Javier is cool. But now, I know you didn't drop by just to check out an old club.
No, I'm not sentimental. May I use your phone? It's an overseas call.
I'll just put it on your tab.
This is just a loose end that needs tying up. In Ireland.
Oh, I'll bet you Nora's back home having a real cup of coffee right now. Would you stop pacing, Roadrunner? You're starting to wear me out.
What's taking them so long? Bass should be up here facing the hard questions.
Well, this is Dublin, and you're Irish. Why don't you tell me?
Just give me 5 minutes alone with the guy.
Hold it. No, hold it. When they do bring Bass up here, I ask a question.
Speaking of which, Uncle Bo.
No. The answer is no. Kevin, you're a reporter. I can't have you in the room when I'm asking questions.
That's an American...
It's about bloody time. Where's Bass?
They're bringing him up now, but Commissioner Buchanan has a visitor.
Mrs. Manning, what are you doing here?
I know Rachel signed herself involuntarily, but don't you have someone watching her? I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, sister. I just... When was she last seen? Okay. No, I will call her father, and we'll come up there.
Is Rachel missing?
Hank, it's Nora. I'm sorry to dump this on you, but I've got some bad news.
Yeah? What's wrong? Is it Rachel?
Rachel's gone.
Well, what does that mean?
She didn't show up for a therapy session this morning when I went and checked her bed. They figure that she's been gone sometime between midnight and 6 a.m.
Damn. You know, I knew we shouldn't have let her check herself in. We should have just found the way to have her committed.
It is a little late now to start second-guessing ourselves, Hank. Our daughter is missing, and we have no idea where she is.
I don't get it. If you didn't arrange for all this, then...
Yeah, and you didn't either.
I had to come. For Todd's sake and our daughter's. I had to make sure the man responsible for killing Todd gets what he deserves.
Well, don't worry, Blair, because Inspector Bass will spend the rest of his life in prison.
Oh, well, bully for him, Bo. Why didn't you just open the door on the plane when you were flying over here and dump him out into the Atlantic, huh?
That's funny. I made the same suggestion and the commissioner vetoed it.
Oh,
Well, it'd be pretty hard for Bass to answer any questions when he was doing a transatlantic swim.
I only have one question. Who ordered my husband killed? Was it Bass or this Poseidon guy that everyone keeps talking about, huh?
We know that Bass and his men were working for Poseidon. We don't know enough about their chain of command.
Well, I'm gonna find out.
No, when the inspector comes up here, Blair, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave the room.
Bo, I didn't fly all the way across the ocean.
I can't have anybody in this room who's going to get in the way of me getting the truth. You can wait with Kevin.
Kevin?
Hello, Blair.
What's he doing here,
Kevin,
Bo?
do me a favor. Would you take Blair across the street, then you can fill her in, okay?
Oh, give me a break, Uncle Bo. I'm sitting on the biggest story of my...
I promised you would have an exclusive after I question Bass. Now, both of you, please.
Well, I guess since you're gonna get the answers, Kevin and I will just have to wait.
Thank you, Blair.
And when I come back, I want to know why Todd had to die and who ordered it.
You've got to admire that woman.
You do?
Yeah. She wasn't just sitting in Landview in her widow's weeds. She came here looking for justice. I know what kind of justice that'd be for a man like Bass. Orders people killed like we order fish and chips, Todd, Siobhan.
Yeah, well, who knows how many assassinations and bombings. The guy's definitely a public enemy, Patrick, and that's who is going to punish him. The public.
Public, private, who cares? Mrs. Manning was right.
Look, I'm warning you. You keep a lid on that Irish temper of yours, otherwise you're going to have to go right across the street with Kevin and Blair. Now, you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Commissioner Buchanan. Yes.
Well, if it isn't my favorite comedy team, Buchanan and Thornhart.
Don't tell me you'll try. Do it. John Patrick, now.
Javier, please. If anyone sees me here. Oh, Javier makes a good gatekeeper. He knows the neighborhood, handles the small things, loans, numbers, things like that. Me, I'm concentrating on our new partnership.
You want to do any talking, you do it with me, all right?
Don't worry. I'll handle this.
You can't go in there, all right? You can't. What's the matter, RJ? You can't speak for yourself.
What's the problem, Vega?
My problem? You and I had an agreement.
Well, things change, Antonio. Like I told you at the diner, Javier is handling the small accounts
Yeah,
now.
well, it's not small to me. And I don't do business with people who used to fight for my leftovers. And besides, I need someone who can add.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Look, Blair, it's no secret that Todd and I weren't the best of buddies. But when I heard, sorry about what happened. I really am.
Well, thank you, Kevin. I really wish that you had gotten a chance to know Todd again, because he went through some incredible growth.
So I've heard. Newspaper publisher, husband, father. Somehow it's that last one that's the hardest to imagine.
I guess as hard to imagine as me as a mother.
Mm-mm.
No, it's all right. I did some incredible growing myself. Love will do that to you. I know that you're dying to see, so I will show them to you. Her name is Star. 2 R's.
She's beautiful.
Isn't she? Oh, it's so hard to leave her, but I have this incredible live-in nurse, so I felt okay about
Blair.
it.
If I were you, I'd want to be here too.
Thank you, Kevin. So, what are you doing here?
Let's just say I got caught up in this mess. I was working for the London Times following the Irish peace talks. But hey, when your own uncle defuses a bomb attempt right in Landview and me...
Okay, I would fire you, too, if you were here and didn't get the story. What? What?
No, nothing. I'm just picturing you behind the desk of the Sun. Must be a perfect fit.
I guess I'll take that as a compliment. So tell me, Mr. Reporter, what do you think about Patrick Thornhart?
You mean based on a cup of tea over at police headquarters? I think he's an okay guy.
Do you think that he will be staying here in Ireland or heading back to Landview?
Why do you want to know that, Blair?
Oh, I've missed you, boyos. Our flight from the States passed too quickly. All that amusing conversation.
Well, the time for idle chit-chat is over, Bass. I want the name of the man you're working for. I don't mean a code name like Poseidon. I want the man's real name.
You were strangely quiet, Thornhart. Thornhart? An apt name for a man mourning the marriage of his little American tart.
Well, that was the wrong thing to say.
Oh, no, come on, Patrick. Don't do that to him.
Come on. Everything okay in here?
Oh, yes, Sergeant. Sorry, the prisoner just got out of line just a little bit, so we had to restrain him.
Attacked me. He attacked me.
Is that a fact now? Well, if the traitor, that is the prisoner, causes more trouble, call me. I'll get some of the boys to help you.
No, wait. You can't leave me alone with them. I know my rights!
Okay, let's see. Where were we now? Oh, yeah. You were about to give me the name of the guy you were working for.
I am a chief inspector in the Irish Special Branch, and I work for the people of Ireland.
Oh. All right, if that's the way you want it, Chief Inspector, I think I'm gonna just go across the street, get myself a pint.
What? And leave me alone with him?
What, with Patrick? He's nothing like the boys that you'll be meeting once you're locked up in prison. You're gonna meet a lot of new friends, and they're really gonna know how to take care of you, aren't they, Patrick?
Oh, yeah, the best.
I don't know what it's like here in Ireland, but back in the States, a bad cop doesn't fare too well behind bars. He has all these natural enemies. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, what a childish attempt to scare me.
No, not really. I'm just trying to point out your options, Bass.
Wait, where are you going?
I want to talk to the sergeant outside. Patrick, I would keep a very close eye on this prisoner here, because I got a gut feeling he's going to get out of line again.
That's my pleasure, Bo.
No, Buchanan, you can't do this.
Do what?
The man's a maniac.
Oh, you should have thought of that before you tangled with a poet. An emotional crew, you know.
Wait. No, you've talked to the authorities, the local authorities. Now, they must have offered you me a deal. Now, come on, man. What are they offering me?
Go on about your business, Commissioner. I'll take care of the prisoner.
No! Get him away from me! I need my inhaler.
Does that mean you're ready to talk?
You have become quite a journalist, Kevin. Those letters from London that have been running in the bin are first rate.
Thank you. And you have become quite adept at avoiding questions. What is your interest in Patrick Thornhart?
Idle curiosity. So tell me, how is London?
No, Blair. Whenever you get curious, it's never idle. Patrick was there when Todd died, wasn't he? In fact, Patrick was the last person to see Todd alive, wasn't he?
I blamed Patrick for Todd's death, and that was very vindictive, very wrong, and unfair. But when I lost Todd, I went a little crazy. Actually, take that back. I totally lost it, and I just want to make it up to Patrick, that's all.
I read some of those headlines you ran in the Sun. You really went after Marty Saybrook, too.
Well, she's married to Dylan Moody now, so I hope that she gets all the happiness she deserves. Anyway, enough about that, Kevin. What about you? Are you going to stay in London, or are you coming back to Landview? Tell me.
I'm worried that if I come back, a cop might pull me over for driving on the wrong side of the road. Of course, if the cop is Andy Harrison. Oh. Hey, how is Andy?
Oh, now, that was subtle. Well, let me tell you, the last I heard, she was seeing some really handsome guy. Why?
Idle curiosity.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you about jumped a mile.
Oh, you guys scared me to death. I didn't expect you home till tonight. I wanted to surprise you.
You did.
Yeah, including this.
Well,
Is it
come
for
on.
her or me?
Hey, I didn't want to be here when he carried you over the threshold. Don't worry, I'm gone. You can put that on ice and light these candles for yourself.
No, wait a second. You went through all the trouble to decorate. At least stay and have a drink with us.
Come on, no way. You guys, you just got back from your honeymoon.
Yes, and we're dying to share it with someone now. Oh, look at those pictures. We got pictures from North Carolina and the Mountain Sunset Inn. So why don't you get us a drink, and I'll get the pictures, okay?
Well, so, Stoneheart back in Ireland, or?
Yeah, I'd like to know that, too.
I can't bloody talk if I can't bloody breathe. Sergeant, get the chief inspector's asthma inhaler. We don't want him to croak. At least not yet.
I'm listening.
First, I want all the charges against me dropped. And the moment I give you Poseidon, I want round-the-clock protection, a new identity, and a new location where nobody, and I mean nobody, can find me.
Is this where I talk? You cough yourself to death, Bass. Let's get out of here, Patrick.
No, wait, I thought you were offering me a deal.
No, we said we might offer you a deal. This is not a fire sale on deals.
He's gonna pay for what he did to Siobhan if it's the last thing I'm bloody doing.
Look. You are gonna spend hard time, Bass. Now, that's a given. Now, the prosecutor that's been assigned to your case, he said he might be willing to consider a deal if, and this is a big if you cooperate. He might be willing to offer you special protection while you're in prison.
Or you can hang tough and see what happens without that special protection. All right. All right. I'll tell you what I know.
This it?
Oh, you're a lifesaver.
Okay, first of all, who is Poseidon?
All right. Poseidon is...
Oh, come on, Bass. What is it now? Come on. Bass.
Oh, you can't breathe? Oh, he's dying?
Get paramedics in here, now! Oh, for heaven's sakes, it's a hospital. You would at least think a nun would know how to lock a door.
How long are we to continue with this blame game thing? Rachel signed herself in there voluntarily. It's not the sister's fault if she up and leaves of her own free will.
Nora, you do want to find her.
Yes, of course I want to find her. Called her friends. I've left messages for RJ.
Well, we're going to have to track her down before she gets back on that stuff that put her in a rehab in the first place.
Oh,
Listen, I can get lost if you want me to.
no, please don't. I really like having you here. What did you do? Did you clean up while I was gone?
Of course.
You did it better than I'd do it. You'd probably be a better mother than me, too.
Hey, come on. She'll turn up. Probably when you least expect it.
Thin, black eyes, long dark hair.
No, I hate to
Long
bother you,
dark
but
hair.
I know Hank was...
Yeah, it's tender. Okay, bye.
What is it with you, Hank?
Sheila.
No. You tell me to make an appointment with a real estate agent, and you're no-show again.
Rachel has disappeared. She left St. Anne sometime last night, and no one knew it until sometime this morning.
Honey, I am so sorry.
Yeah. Well, listen, you know, she couldn't have gotten too far. I know she didn't have much money. And on the other hand, if she's that desperate...
Look, we'll find her.
All right, help. Oh, I don't understand what's happening to him. Come on, Joey. I knew he would. Help me.
No, we'll help you. We'll help you. Just hold on. That you have to hold on. All right. Hang on. Hang in there, all right? 1 more minute. 60 seconds, we'll get help. Bass, hey. Bass! Well, don't
you bloody die. We need answers.
It's no use. It's no use, Patrick.
Breathe. Keep breathing. I'll breathe for him.
No, don't do that.
I'm gonna save the man's life.
Listen, he's dead. You got it? You'll be dead, too. I think that inhaler must be full of poison.
When the boiler blows, it's always bad news. But this time of year, it's almost tragic.
Yeah, and I'm sure your little messenger boy came running with tears in his eyes to tell you. Hey, I'm nobody's messenger boy, all right?
Javier, chill, okay? Listen, Antonio, I'll make this easy for you. If you need another loan to take care of those repairs...
I come here with my hand out. I'll find a way of getting those repairs done. The cost might make me late on my next payment.
How late?
A few days. A week, max. But I'll guarantee you'll get your money.
Well, you're in charge of the loan department.
Yeah, well, when we advance a loan, we expect it to be paid on time. No exceptions. What happens when a guy tries really hard and he's still a few days late? Well, I guess that guy has bought himself a whole lot of trouble. Is that what you want? Trouble? I just thought you wanted your money.
No, I never look for trouble. But business is business.
Fine. And let's talk business.
And you want to talk business? You talk to me.
Are you going to keep this mosquito buzzing around trying to cause trouble? Are you going to make a wise business decision and trust me to pay what I owe you? 7 days isn't much when you know a man's word is good.
Well, let's suppose just this once I do give you a few extra days. No, now, calm down. Well, what's in it for me?
My high opinion. Fine. My next payment will be a week early. How's that?
Fine. But then that becomes your due date from then on.
I can do that.
Of course, it's your decision, Javier. But I think we can afford to give Mr. Vega a little extra time. What do you think?
What do I think? I think you've already made your decision. 7 days, Vega. On the 8th day, you better watch your back. It's nice talking to people who know what they're doing. Thank you. Yo, why did you do that for, man? You made me look like a jerk in front of him.
It seems to me, Javier, you did a fine job of that all by yourself.
Listen, that was just petty cash stuff. I'm sorry I interrupted what we were doing.
No, not at all, RJ. I'm glad I got to see Senor Vega in action. A young man with courage and brains is rare these days.
What's the matter with your brother? Doesn't he ever check his machine?
Hey, come on, he's probably still asleep. You know, Club Indigo, it's open all night.
You really think Rachel would go to him? I mean, it was RJ who talked her into going in for treatment.
Yeah, I know, but, you know, they still have this special bond. But look, I'll drive by the club just to check it out, all right?
No, you won't. We'll go together.
Great. All right. We'll go together. And then if they're not there, we'll drive by Rhodey's and then the Cineplex, you name it. Yeah. Any place and every place she's ever been.
Yeah, we'll find her. Don't worry. Come on. Let's go find her.
Nora, if you hear anything.
Next person.
All right.
Oh, God, Bo, why did you have to pick this week to be in Ireland?
Hey, I thought you'd all be hungry. Where'd they go? Did you have some word?
No. No word. Oh, God, look what you've done.
Him and Swiss on rye.
This is sweet. It's really sweet. Thank you. You don't have to be here to watch me worry anymore.
Hey, come on. Dad told me to keep an eye on you, remember?
How could she be so dangerous? How could she do that? She had a chance of really making it. I just want to grab her and rattle her little neck.
unpack and while Dylan finds the old family recipes from North Carolina, we'll bring you back for a nice home-cooked meal. Oh, you and Antonio.
Who?
What, is he working late on you again?
No, you guys doing one other half of it.
Well, I really appreciate everything you did here. It made coming home very special.
Well, I have a feeling it's going to be even more special when it's just the two of you. Welcome home, Mr. and Mrs. Moody.
Well, thank you, Andy.
Oh, God. For everything.
Okay, see you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thought she was never gonna leave.
Dylan!
Teasing, son. Listen, I know I said we weren't gonna talk about that other stuff.
I know. But, hey, now that Patrick is back in Ireland, that chapter of my life is over. In our lives. It is over. And I don't think that we should avoid mentioning his name.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We won't mention it again, ever. How's that?
Perfect.
Right.
So why don't we just talk about us in our house?
Okay, why don't we? What about it?
Well, now that you've carried me over the threshold again, what do you think about living in a big old mill house?
Well, actually, I don't think it's gonna work out.
Who else could have handled this thing?
That's a long list, Commissioner. Any police officer or medical personnel who's been in the building since you brought the prisoner, that is the late prisoner, back from the States.
All right, I would like to see that list.
I'll speak to the captain, see what we can do.
Damn it. We were so close.
I'm not sorry the man is dead. Only wish he'd lingered long enough to tell us who killed him.
Well, I'll bet you anything it was the same guy that ordered him to blow up the Palace Hotel.
Yeah, right. Poseidon, king of the sea. He's probably back in his ocean by now.
Not necessarily.
Come on, Bo. That was our only hope of finding out Poseidon's real name. Now he's dead.
You know, I thought you poets were made out of tougher stuff, Patrick. What, do you just want to let the person that's responsible for all this death, all this destruction, just walk away free?
Poets may be mad, but we're not stupid. He was our only hope of finding out Poseidon's real name. Now he's dead.
So we follow the trail right back to Landview.
No, can't do that.
Patrick.
I'm not going back with you, Bo, and you know why.
Death is always a shock. Now remember to send flowers. Green carnations. And yes, red roses. And as for your assistance in this matter, I promise you'll be hearing from me. Slang agad.
Sad news?
Very. It seems Chief Inspector Bass has had some difficulty breathing, so he's unable to assist the Irish authorities on identifying the man called Poseidon.
Well, in the midst of life, we are in death.
A man who knows his scriptures. I'm very impressed. It also says, for everything there is a season. As we bury the dead, we give new life to things.
Such as?
Such as me. I think it's time for me to make my first public appearance in Landview.
You want people to know you're here?
Sooner or later it has to be. Besides, it will help me eliminate an obstacle. It's standing between Alex and me.
Well, have you thought about how you'll be greeted by the good people of Landview?
RJ, I have considered everything very, very carefully. My first appearance will be memorable.
I understand, Mr. Gomez. Keep it at 60 degrees at all times.
And one more thing. Pray.
Feels warm in here. We got the boiler all better, huh?
Yeah, thanks to Mr. Gomez, it's on life support.
Oh, it's had a good life. But you have to replace it.
Do you know how much a new boiler costs? Try 20,000.
I think I can pick up a used model.
How much would that cost?
No more than 6,000.
It might as well be $1 million.
Look, Tonio, your father was a good friend. He gave me and my family more than a few free meals when I was out of work. I'll buy the boiler, and you can pay me back on time.
No, Mr. Gomez, I can't let you do that.
It's a loan, not a gift.
Gracias.
I'll let you know as soon as I line up a unit, eh? Adios.
Adios.
Bye. Think you can swing it?
Yeah, I'll have to pick up a few more nights here at the diner and ask Nora for a few more days at the law library. But heck, there is nothing that I can't do.
Tell me what's wrong with the place and we'll change it.
Well, I don't know really where to start. I mean, I'm so used to living at the community center. It's like...
So you want something simpler?
Well, I guess you could say that.
Okay. Well, redecorate. How about early American, English pine?
Basketball goal. Yeah, that's it. See, we could take the couches and chairs and move them all out of this room, and then we could put up a backboard right there over the fireplace. Doesn't that sound great?
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Mr. Moody, you're going to keep teasing me?
Yeah. Just for about the next, 80 years. Think you can handle it?
Ooh. Try me.
Uncle Bo, what happened? We saw them wheel a body down the hallway.
Was that Poseidon?
No, that was Chief Inspector Bass.
Oh, my God.
What happened? Heart attack?
Look, I'll fill you in. I'll give you your exclusive. Give me a second. All right, could I talk to you? Yeah. Listen to me, Patrick. I need help right now. You're the one that can provide that help. You're Irish, all right? A lot of this mess is connected to your country. You don't help me, I'm working in the dark.
Bo, I can't.
Look, you were one of the only people I know that got that close to Poseidon in that old TV.
I didn't see the man, Bo.
Then maybe you heard something that'll help. Remember when this whole thing started and you told me that you couldn't remember everything that Siobhan said, and then all of a sudden it came to you later on?
Don't put this on me, Bo.
Hey, well, if you don't help me, you're putting it on me. Now, I thought we worked pretty well together. I thought we were a team.
I'm sorry, Bo. I can't go back with you. Not now or forever.
Will somebody please tell me what's going on here?
All right. I'll fill you in, Kev. Come on. Patrick, think about it.
It's because of Marty, isn't it?
If she wants to be Mrs. Moody and they want to grow old together, I'm not going to go back there and watch that. It's that simple, all right?
I understand how you feel. But my husband gave his life to save yours. And if Bo is right, you could help punish the guy responsible for Todd's death.
Please don't ask me that.
I am asking you, Patrick, please go back to Lambview and help catch Todd's killer. For Todd's sake and for mine.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Manning. I can't go back. I'm sorry. Truly am.
Will you do me one favor, then? Take me to Inniscrag. Show me where Todd died. Will you do that one last favor?